famous gays and lesbians, alleged and otherwise. I'm your host, Thomas Connolly. I happen to be a gay actor, and I live in the gayest city of them all, West Hollywood, California. Now, in this episode, we're featuring an acknowledged and a very high-profile lesbian. She's the very first out and proud major news broadcaster, the magnificent Rachel Maddow. Now, one of the reasons why I absolutely adore her, because Rachel Maddow has gone above and beyond to elevate the status of the LGBT community. Now, apart from being a brilliant journalist, nothing like stating the obvious, Rachel Maddow is hilarious too. My favorite Rachel story is she grew up in the Catholic school system, and one day she showed up in class with a t-shirt that says, "Look busy, Jesus is coming." Well, her nun, the teacher, freaked, banished her to Mother Superior's office in record time while sprinkling her with holy water. Rachel Maddow has been a major fixture on MSNBC since 2008 with her own nightly news show. Yes, I am a longtime fan and I obviously adore her. Now, if you examine the breakdown of Rachel's hour show, she typically goes for the first 20, 30, sometimes even 40 minutes all by herself. Now, I love the other MSNBC hosts as well, but they typically go to speaking heads and a panel of guests long before Rachel does. Now, speaking of other MSNBC hosts, I especially love the camaraderie between Rachel Maddow and the wonderful Lawrence O'Donnell. Rachel regularly goes into the real estate of Lawrence's show and chit-chats about the pressing issues of the day. She's able to get away with this because I'm sure Lawrence appreciates her bringing her #1 rated audience to his domain. Now, in my opinion, what separates Rachel from all the rest is her unbelievably insightful analysis of current events. A perfect example was the corruption of the Trump administration. She had a staggering workload to help her viewing audience digest and understand. It's like she puts all the pieces of a confusing puzzle together so we all see the big picture and we finally get what's really going on. Rachel Maddow has made herself the tentpole of all programming at MSNBC, and that was reflected in her latest negotiations with the network. It's rumored that she'll be making $30 million a year with less of a work week. Good for Rachel. She shows what a powerful woman, and a lesbian at that, can achieve in the male-dominated news industry. Rachel says that she wants a reduced work week so she can spend more time with her partner, Susan Mikula. Rachel was particularly raw, real, and poignant when she recently conveyed the stress of Susan going through COVID-19. I admire Rachel so much for honestly talking about her relationship with Susan, as we're so used to hearing heterosexual relationships in the media. Homophobic critics have complained about Rachel Maddow flaunting her relationship, but have we ever heard that complaint directed towards the likes of Jennifer Aniston or Jennifer Lopez or the love interests of Brad Pitt? So kudos to Rachel Maddow for being the first out lesbian of a primetime broadcast news show. And what an intelligent, classy, professional role model she is. Keep on flaunting your authentic self, Rachel Maddow. An example of her authenticity can be seen in her wardrobe. Let's just say that she's the opposite of a Cher show with 14 costume changes. Rachel has worn the same monochromatic black suit for every episode. Now, we love Cher for her 14 costume changes, and we love Rachel for keeping it real too. Hey, Rachel, I was so glad to hear that you're staying with MSNBC, because watching you every night is like hanging out with a fun, smart friend who will really keep you informed about what's going on in this country. And thank you, Rachel Maddow, for being such an exquisite role model for the LGBT community. You show the whole world what a classy, intelligent, professional, smart lesbian looks like. And I'm sure that by doing this, you have inspired other people to stand in their truth as well. Well, that's about it for this episode. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. That would really help our show. Until next time, this is Thomas Connolly. Bye-bye.